Sup? It's Hallie. Welcome back to Within. When we last left off, we were sleeping over at Monica's, and her parents are okay with this for some reason. I groggily opened my eyes. I looked towards the slight gap between the curtains in the window. It's still night. I looked down to Monica. It seems that in the how many ever hours we'd slept, Monica been able to wriggle out of my arm and is currently curled up next to me. Making a tired smirk, I try to get up off the bed without waking her up. I walk towards the lone desk and check my phone. 11:08 p.m. When did you guys go to sleep? Huh. Here I was thinking it was at least past midnight. As I set my phone down, I feel a slight pain in my stomach. I think I need some water. I leave the room, once again trying my hardest to not wake Monica. Let me just check, because I think they said what time they went to bed last time, but it's probably not going to be in the history, huh? No, it might be there. Where was it? It was just last episode for you. It's been a week for me. Hold on. Yeah, I don't know. They probably weren't asleep that long. I leave the room once again trying my hardest not to wake Monica. When I inch the door shut, I stand in the hallway for a moment to allow my eyes to readjust to my surroundings. I turn my head to look down the staircase. As I do, my ears begin to pick up the sounds of the television downstairs. It sounds like some run-of-the-mill comedy program. I rub my eyes and head straight for the kitchen. I scan the cupboards for a glass. I can hear some voices from the other room, but everything's still a little fuzzy. Gosh, their house is strikingly similar to mine. After eventually finding a small glass, I grab it, close the cupboard, and go towards the sink. As I'm running the water, the voices start to register a bit clearer. One in particular.
I mean, did you even see the look she gave me?
Do you exactly blame her? You've been at her for this since last year.
Earlier suspicions confirmed, I guess. I hear Daisuke groan.
And doubt she's forgiven you for making her panic about Hallie.
Don't get me started on I was saying something, Harui. Don't get me started on that lanky, pasty-faced cunt. Abrupt end of sentence.
Daisuke.
Harume's voice is hushed and clearly frustrated.
You know those two are upstairs and you're really saying that?
Look, I'm just saying how I see it. I'm sorry if you don't like it. Besides, they're probably doing something stupid anyway.
He scoffs.
That's Monica's problem. She does things and she doesn't even think of the consequences. Luckily for her, she's got someone to revel in that stupidity with.
I stop drinking and my breathing slows to a deep crawl. I don't even know how to feel. I'm angry, confused, heartbroken. Just so many things that I understand but can't explain. I then hear the creaking of a sofa shortly after, followed by footsteps.
With the way she's been with me, she better count herself lucky I've even let Hallie step one foot in my house.
Daisuke then walks into the kitchen and heads straight for the fridge, not even noticing me. Now, if I'm careful enough, I could possibly place the glass next to the sink without making too much noise. Should be easy as... Damn it. At least put a hyphen, man. Thanks to how shaky my hand was, the glass ended clattering with the other assorted mugs and glasses that were already there. I turned to face the fridge to see if he'd noticed me. As predicted, he had. He's just standing there, another bottle held firmly in his hand. Hey, sorry about the noise. I was just kidding. My voice shakes and trails off under the intensity of his stare. For some reason, it sends a shiver down my spine. I remain silent for a moment, as does he. I'll just head back upstairs.
Make it quick.
His tone is rather gruff and demanding. He leaves almost immediately after speaking to me. I rush upstairs, admittedly shaken by the small exchange and everything I had previously heard. I'm able to sneak back into Monica's room without waking her. My heartbeat starts to revert back to its past steadiness. It is past steadiness. After a few more breaths to steady myself, I get back into bed. I then curl up behind her and attempt to wrap my arms around her. It's easy to do so with my right arm, but with my left arm, I have to carefully inch my arm between her hip and the mattress. She stirs a little, but I'm thankfully successful besides that. Either that or she's a heavy sleeper. I then rest my head against her shoulder and close my eyes. For the most part, I'm able to distract myself from what I'd overheard Daisuke say. Sure, it shook me up, but I'm not planning on letting him ruin the time I share with Monica. I think to myself for a moment. Moni said that part of her might have been considering getting back to music. I might have an idea for what we can do tomorrow. I let out a long yawn as I opened my eyes and stretched my right arm. My left arm feels a little numb, though. Maybe there might have been a better way to get it around Moni. Oh well, there's always next time. I then hear my phone go off from across the room. After carefully pulling my arm from underneath my girlfriend, I go over to check who is texted me. Or I guess it would be who has in that case. Nah, never mind. As soon as I turn my screen on, I have to almost immediately turn the brightness down. I swear I'm gonna go blind because of that one day. Apostrophe there because is shortened. When my eyes readjust, I find out that I've got 1 new text from Mum and 12 from Sayori. I'm guessing she had another late night. It's nothing I can complain about. I've done it more times than I'd honestly like to admit. I decide to check Mum's message first. She's just checking how last night went. I just sent a quick message back. Yeah, it went well for the most part. Don't think Moni's dad likes me, though. That's putting it lightly. I put my phone in my pocket and look back at Monica. A smile forms across my face. She's at peace and she's bloody adorable. I can't stay, though, as my stomach is aching. As I step out into the hallway, I rub the traces of sleep from my eyes. I know the pair of us like to say that being with each other has helped us sleep better. But last night, I genuinely believe I slept the best I have for a while. Though that might just be me feeling all lovey-dovey, as Natsuki would probably say. I start to head downstairs. As I head into the kitchen, the sound of snoring becomes more and more apparent by the minute. Before I figure out what I'm having for breakfast, I peek into the front room and spot Daisuke asleep on the sofa. I'm guessing Harumi eventually grew tired of his drunken rambling. After that slight detour, I search the kitchen and eventually find some bread. Toast is always a safe bet. Once I've sorted out my breakfast, I sit at the table and start to scroll through Sayori's texts. For the most part, it's just a bunch of photos of her and Natsuki's trip to Akihabara. However, I eventually see an actual text. Upon initially reading it, I'm confused. I read it out loud, being as quiet as I can. What was your mom doing at Nat's? Huh? As far as I knew, she was going out with Mamo from her work. If she was, then why would she be at not? It soon hits me, and my jaw hangs. Is he really Natsuki's? I rest my head in my hands. Better prepare myself for an awkward day at the club tomorrow. I then feel a finger tap my shoulder. Huh?
Allie, You want some coffee? You look tired.
A smile forms on my face as I see Monica. I yawn gently and rub my eyes. Morning, gorgeous. I give Monica a big goofy smile and she blushes.
Aw, Allie, you're so sweet. But seriously, I am making you coffee. I'm not having you pass out on my table.
Monica quickly makes a start on her drinks. I can't help but chuckle at how insistent she got over coffee of all things. Though I suppose that's on brand for her. In time, she finishes both mugs and brings them over. After she does so, she pulls out a chair and sits next to me.
I'm guessing you didn't sleep too well.
Kinda. I only woke up once, but besides that, I slept pretty good. For the time being, I decide to leave out what happened when I was up. Mostly due to Daisuke being asleep in the next room. Who's to say when he'd wake up?
Also, I know it's a bit of an odd question. Especially since we've only just gotten up and all. But what do you want to do today?
For once in my life, I'm able to hold in an obvious, dirty joke. My brain still needs time to wake up. Besides, it's way too early for that. Well, there was one idea I had. I rest my hand on top of Monica's hand as I give her a soft smile. In typical fashion, she does the same. You said you were thinking about getting back into music, right?
I am, yeah. Why? You want to try and make some music with me? Try to make some music?
Yeah. How'd you know I was gonna say that?
I know this is probably going to sound like I'm calling you predictable, but it just sounds like a very you thing to suggest, you know?
I mean, I can't say she's entirely wrong about that. I just thought it'd be a nice thing to do together. So, would you be up for it?
I'd love to. Just to warn you in advance, I'm gonna be rusty as hell.
You know I don't mind helping you, Moni.
I know. Just more reason to love you. Anyways, I'm gonna get a shower. And no, you can't join.
She says that in a strict but still very much joking tone. Monica goes upstairs with an excited bounce in her step. After finishing up my toast, I go upstairs to get dressed myself. I pick up the bag I brought with me and tip the clothes out from it. It's only the basics, a shirt, some jeans, as well as a change of boxers and socks. I get changed relatively quick and then brush my hair back with my hand. Now I just have to wait for Monica to finish up in the shower. After a few minutes, I finally hear the door click open.
I'm ready, love.
I am once again in awe over how amazing Monica looks.
How do you like the skirt? I got it last Christmas, but I never felt that it was the right time to wear it.
I roll my eyes and laugh a little. Well, you look great.
I swear, you're my biggest confidence booster.
Well, I'm glad to help. We sure. You want to head out now?
Sure, why not? I'll just let Mom know.
Before we leave her room, I grab my bag, now packed with all my clothes from last night. You mean you grab your backpack? What? Why? The phrasing. Oh my god, Spawn. I end up idly waiting in the hallway whilst Monica lets Harumi know that she'll be out. However, perhaps due to the near deathly silence, I'm able to pick up some of what's being said.
You okay? Of course, yeah. You've been crying again.
There's a moment of silence. There's one word that lingers in my mind. Again. Christ, is how much of a constant is Daisuke's behavior. It is how much of a constant is Daisuke's behavior. I don't think they meant to leave this is here. And that in mind, just how long has he been this way?
Did he, hit? No, he didn't. He said a few choice things, raised his voice a bit. He hasn't gotten physical with me for a few months now.
My bloodstream runs cold. Those worries from last night come flooding back at a breakneck pace. I slink back against the wall as my bag slips out of my now shaking hands. I grip the sides of my head and look down to the floor. And you really are going EMR, aren't you? No matter how far attempts to push back any thoughts of harming coming to Monica, they don't budge. No matter how far I attempt to push back any thoughts, I swear, they leave out words like that all the time. They just remain there like a progressively worsening itch. I know we've not even been together that long. I can't bear the thought of that bastard laying a finger on her. Wrong sense of bear, it would be E-A-R. I need to get her out of here.
Hallie, please say something. You're scaring me.
My attention immediately snaps back towards Monica. I'm wordless for a moment before finally responding. Sorry, hon.
No, Hallie. If something's bothering you, you don't have to hide it.
I debate telling Monica the obvious truth, but seemingly the puzzle pieces click together. Seemingly the puzzle pieces? I don't even know what they're trying to say.
You overheard.
No. I try to keep my voice down. I then sigh. A little bit, yeah. Monica then sighs through parted lips.
This is why I told you to go.
Monica, I already said last night I'm staying. I promised that. My words get stuck in my throat. I desperately want to get her away from here, but I can't help but feel that I'd be coming off as forceful. In a twisted way, Daisuke was right about one thing. I don't have a fucking clue what I'd be doing if things went sideways. Despite how optimistic I want to be, I'm petrified for what the worst possible outcome could be. I take a moment to collect myself. I raise my hands and gently wipe Monica's tears with my thumbs. Let's get out of here. I speak with a soft, slightly weary smile.
I'd like that.
She beams as she gently pulls my hands down from her rosy cheeks. I then pick up my bag again before heading out with Monica. Once we're outside, Monica shuts the door as quietly as possible, whilst I trail off towards the road. It doesn't take her long to come back. She takes my hand and we then begin the rather lengthy walk back to mine. It's a silent walk back, but not because of any tangible awkwardness. We just walk along, letting the gentle breeze surround us. But at the same time, I can't help but think back to what lurks behind her door. She's away from him for now, but it's only temporary. It takes the pair of us slightly longer to walk back to mine than it took me on my own yesterday. I figured that we were subconsciously taking it slower, maybe to savor the moment. But eventually we returned to familiar view of mine and Sayori's street. To the familiar view? As we come up to my home, I debate internally whether Mom would be back yet. I don't exactly remember whether or not she said she'd be staying over or not. To make sure, I try to open the door. As part of me predicted, it's locked.
You remembered your keys, right?
Yeah, of course. At least I hope I have. As I start patting over my pockets, Monica comes up beside me.
Want me to check your bag, hon?
You don't mind?
Of course not.
I pass Monica the bag with my stuff in it, and she almost instantly starts to rifle through it. After another few searches through my pockets, I come to the realization that my keys aren't there. I turn back to Monica with a sigh. As I do, though, the sound of jingling keys catches my attention.
Found them.
She passes them to me, and I unlock the door. Thanks, hon. I smile sheepishly, a faint pinkish coat painting itself on my cheeks. To be fair, it could have been worse. I could have left the keys at her place, and we'd have to backtrack. Not that I'd mind walking with her, but my legs can only take us for so much. The pair of us head in. Man, you must be out of shape, bro. As soon as we're inside, I head straight for the living room. Monica did ask where my bathroom was, and obviously I let her know, and she went up. It didn't take her too long to come back down.
So, you want to get something to eat before we start on the song?
I mean, I already had mine.
You did, yeah.
I could whip you something quick up. What? Up real quick, maybe? I don't know. Britishisms. If you'd like that, of course. Monica ponders for a moment. Don't worry, I'm not going to poison ya. I chuckle a little bit.
I never said you were, but now that you mention it, I'm a little concerned.
The pair of us share a hearty laugh. Anyways, any preferences?
Well, since I'm vegetarian, so meat's out of the question.
Now that she mentions it, I don't think we've got any bacon in. So even if she did eat meat, it'd be out of the question anyways, just like she said a moment ago.
You wouldn't have any eggs, would you?
I'm not entirely sure, but I'll go check. I quickly rush to the kitchen and search for any eggs. Is this a good time to point out that Monica would have to be vegan, because if she's not... if the whole reason she's vegan is to not support the industry, then eggs and milk would still qualify as supporting the industry. Thankfully for Monica, there's 2 eggs. I call out to her. Hey, Moni, how'd you like your eggs?
Poached, please.
She responds in her usual sweet tone. I'll get right on it. I then grumble to myself. If I don't completely screw it up, that is.